Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to Salam Media. I will be your host for the next half hour. My name is Razina Dokrat. Today, the show is Munch the Menu with me, Rezi D. Rezi D is my social media platform where you can find me either on Instagram or on TikTok. It's written on the screen, Rezi D. So, what Munch the Menu is all about is a specific segment coordinated for restaurants as well as consumers. This is a way for us to actually showcase the amazing halal restaurants in and around Johannesburg and taking a deeper look at the menu and what they have to offer. We have had one season of Munch the Menu. Alhamdulillah, it was a big success and everybody was really happy. So here comes season 2, and I'm happy to announce that this season's restaurant is Juni Cafe. So, Juni Cafe is an amazing little spot that I found in Greenside. The exact address for you guys is number 117 Green Way, and it's in Greenside. Right, so you can see on screen right now is something that you're more familiar with. Juni Cafe, that's the logo, and this here, of course, is the signature spot. It's again, I'm going to repeat the address for you. It's 116 Greenway in Greenside. It is now certified halal. It's available on Uber Eats as well. And it has the finest Lebanese cuisine. So it's definitely something worth exploring. The first time I ever went to Juni Cafe was in Ramadan of this year. And then I went through for something else, but I'm saving that to actually share with you guys on another episode. Juni Cafe is one of my absolute favorites, and it's quickly becoming quite popular with everybody else. But before I go into everything, I'd like to just introduce you guys to my guest. She's going to be joining us in a bit. Her name is Raeesah Omar. You guys will find her on Instagram as well. It's Raeesah, RAEESAH. Omar is OMAR_. It's all one word, and you'll find her on Instagram. She is a digital marketer, travel lover, brand manager, and social media marketer. And you are welcome to actually DM her for collaborations, reviews, or even advertising. Raeesah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah so much for having me, Razi. It's lovely to be here.
Barakallah. It's always nice to have you, whether it's at a little lunch table or here with me as a guest. It's always just nice to hear your vibrant and, voice. It's always just good. Raeesah, we had a brief intro of obviously what's listed on your social media, but just tell us a little bit more about you.
So I do content creation for myself as well as for other businesses. I do social media management. That's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. I do a lot of advertising, collaborations, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. And Raeesah, have you ever been to Juni Cafe prior to our actual lunch date?
I have been to Juni Cafe quite a few times in the past, and it's always been an amazing experience. I'm just so glad that they are now fully halal. It's such an amazing space. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. We're actually going to jump into the starters before I get to know more about what you've tried out. We've got a video here for our guests and viewers actually to take a peep at. So if you are only tuned in on audio, make sure you catch us on YouTube so you can see everything, because I feel like visuals do a lot more justice to actually what you can experience from Juni Cafe. So these are the starters. Check this out. So we were actually really, really spoilt. The first starter that we got was a za'atar bread. As you can see, it was beautifully topped off with some greens. They had mint, they had cucumbers, they had some olives in the center, and some lovely fresh tomatoes. Here's a close up on the bread. You can see they are so generous with the spicing. And I felt like it was a really good balance with the bread and the greens. I never saw za'atar with the bread. So here Raeesah is actually breaking the bread so you guys can get a better idea of the texture. This one here is the um, vine wrap. Is actually rice. This was a little bit on the tarty side. I'm going to ask Raeesah to share her thoughts on it in a bit. It is a little bit soury, but it's actually tasty. It goes really well with all the other things around it. Raeesah is actually breaking it here so that you guys can take a better look. The rice is obviously spiced, and like I said, there's like a vinaigrette. This here is their hummus, and it's an absolute winner. It's got such a creamy, beautiful texture. The display was absolutely stunning in the bowl with the paprika, the olive oil, mint, and they did reddish as well. It was really beautifully presented. The taste was really lovely. And then it's served with an absolutely delicious soft pita bread. The pita bread is actually a lot softer than the za'atar bread that we saw a little bit earlier. This here was really good. If you want to just go and indulge in, a Middle Eastern, this is great. This is the kifta kebab. So the kifta kebab, chef actually explained it to me, Chef Nader. He said it's a wheat-based kebab, and then the wheat is actually stuffed with a mince inside it, and then it's fried. And then it's served with a slice of lemon, which I do believe you must just squeeze on. I felt it did add to the taste. Of course, we're going to open up one for you guys to check it out. So you can see it's actually filled with mince, and the mince has a very subtle flavor. Raeesah actually told me when we were on our date that these two little dishes cannot be missed when you go there. This is the green chili and the garlic sauce. And she was absolutely right. Like, it's these tiny little services, but it's so packed with taste. It's so absolutely delicious. Raeesah, I'm just going to ask you what was your favorite starter? Because we actually indulged in the starters there.
Um,
What was your favorite from it?
yeah, you're making my mouth water all over again. The food was absolutely incredible. So, for me personally, I always like starters that have that little bit of sourness to them. So, the grape leaves were delicious for me. They were a little bit sour, but they were really good. And then, of course, their garlic sauce dipped with a little bit of pita bread. That was phenomenal. All the starters were amazing, but for me personally, the garlic show steals the show every single time.
My personal favorite is definitely the za'atar bread with the garlic and the hummus. Like, that combination for me
Yeah.
was just amazing. The kifta is definitely worth trying. It had a really beautiful flavor. It's very different. It's very Middle Eastern. It's not like what our basic Indian pellets are used to, but it's really good, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Chef Nadid actually gave us 3 different drinks because the photographer was there. I'm just going to go into that video now so that people can actually see what the drinks looked like. So, like Raeesah said, it's fully halal. You can see the 3 different drinks that are presented here. This one here was a pomegranate mojito. The next one here is a blackberry mojito, and then the last one was actually an avocado date shake as well. All 3 of these were really, really tasty, but I do have to say you have to take the time to actually mix that syrup in nicely to actually get the full taste and flavor, because they leave it for the visual effect. Sometimes a lot of people don't actually take the time to actually mix through the syrup, and then they don't get the true beauty and blend of the sparkling, lemonade with the syrups that they use. Raeesah, which one did you actually have from the drinks?
So I actually ended up having the blackberry mojito, which was really,
Mhm.
really delicious. I think it's so nice that they're offering all of these drinks because normally when you go to restaurants, they don't have too many mocktail options. It's usually
Mhm.
just like some milkshakes and then their normal cold drinks and water. So the mocktails make a really nice addition for people who do like to try different things. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. It wasn't too sweet. It was like the perfect mix.
So there's actually a full menu for drinks available at Jeunet Cafe. So Raeesah is absolutely spot on. I tried out the avocado date shake, and I can tell you this is so indulgent. You can actually have this as a dessert because it's really tasty. It's thick. It's rich. It's got that beautiful blend of honey and dates with the avo. It's really creamy and smooth. It's really tasty on the palate. So I could even just postpone that avocado for a dessert. I wouldn't mind that at all. We were quite stuffed, let me tell you, after the mains and the drinks. We were like happy chappies. And then Chef Nader brings this platter in for us as a main. So this is actually a mixed platter. I'm just going to play the video before we actually talk about it. So here's a peep at the mixed platter. As you can see, it's got a tiny serving of the coleslaw, the salad. It's also served with a different pita. You can see that one's a little bit more garnished. It's got a side of chips as well. If you're looking at it, it's got tomato sauce, drizzled on the pita that's on there. And then just to take a closer look at the salads, the salads have a beautiful mix of different veggies. They had beef in it. They had one veggie kebab. They had some steak and they had some chicken as well. Though that was a shish kebab, right? So this was absolutely filling. It was really, really tasty. I personally am a chicken fan. Whenever I go to a restaurant, I prefer the chicken. But I know the photographer, I'm not sure if it was you as well, but they were totally blown away by the steak cubes. Am I right?
The beef cubes were phenomenal. That was my personal favorite. I absolutely enjoyed it.
So,
Yeah.
like I said, Raeesah and our photographer Siham was absolutely blown away by the beef kebabs. I enjoyed the chicken and I enjoyed the shish kebab. So I think what's really good about that, as you can see, like different preferences for different people, the mixed platter kind of covers everybody. So if with a few different friends, just order the mixed platter, you kind of get a variety of different tastes and feels. But like, is there even a date without dessert, Raeesah?
Never, never. Not
You can
possible.
never, you can never go out. And I must say, like, ladies, if you're going out just for a cup of coffee or you need to just go grab a catch up with friends, Jeunet Cafe is the spot. I want to show you guys this amazing decadent dessert that we were served here at Jeunet Cafe. So as you can see, it looks like a chocolate log from the presentation. And then here is some ice cream as well with some chocolate sauce. But back to the pancake. This looks like a chocolate log because it's just covered in Nutella. And then it's got a drizzling of the milk chocolate, beautifully decorated, and then sprinkled with pistachio, topped with some strawberries and banana. Here's a look at the ice cream. We're cutting through the pancake, and as you can see, generously filled with bananas and strawberries. It looked so good, but I personally do not eat bananas. So I was actually kind of cutting away, shaving, the corners of it, stealing all the chocolate as you may from Raeesah, the photographer. But I loved the texture. The Nutella was generous. It was so tasty. But let's get a fair review from you, Raeesah, somebody who eats like the bananas, the strawberries, everything, all the flavors in that. What did you think of the pancake?
So I've been to quite a few places where I've had a crate filled with fruit, and usually inside there's like two or three pieces of banana, two or three pieces of strawberry. It was not anything like this. This was so, so amazing. And like you said, it was so generously filled. It was the perfect balance of fresh and sweet. I love bananas and strawberries together with the chocolate, with the crepe. It wasn't overly sweet. It was like that perfect balance that you look for when trying a dessert. It was amazing. I really enjoyed it.
So, of course, if you are like me and you don't like the bananas, you can actually request for them not to put the bananas in, and you can just have the strawberries and chocolate alone. But because I was outnumbered by Raeesah, the photographer, we left the bananas in, and I enjoyed the ice cream as well. That was a lovely, just a fresh, cold sweet treat post your meal. I just want to show them a little bit of the vibes and the atmosphere that we experienced
Yeah.
when we went through. So this is what the outside looks like. We are dressed by Hava, trendy by Hawa B. Both our abayas are from her. You can see the place is definitely got this high-end street vibe to it, like you in this really cute French cafe. It was really nice. I felt so relaxed. It's got that relaxing, chilled out atmosphere. Um, the service was great. We had so much of laughing and fun and just catching up with each other. I really, really did have an absolutely amazing time here at Journey Cafe. But like you said, Raeesah, you seem to be more of the expert here. What else did you love from Journey Cafe, or is there anything that you'd like to just additionally add from your side about the cafe?
So I think what we have to speak on is Lebanese hospitality.
Okay.
Um, I think that when you enter there, there's so much of warmth. Before you even are served or anything like that, there's so much of warmth from the chef, from the people around you. It's such a beautiful experience. And I think that you have to truly go through to experience it for yourself. But
Mhm.
that's what I always loved about Juni Cafe is that hospitality, that warmth. Besides the food being phenomenal, besides the service being great, it's just that warmth. And you almost feel like you're part of a family when you walk in.
Oh, I love that. But I can definitely vouch for what you're saying. Now that you're saying it's definitely that hospitality, the warmth, the welcome. This was my third time to Journey Cafe, and you're right. It's you get that same experience every single time you walk in there. Both times when I went prior to when I went with you, you always seeing people on their laptops alone, or you seeing friends getting together, playing some games on the table. There's always like, different people, different backgrounds, different environments, families, two friends catching up, somebody doing work, but it feels like everybody's there sort of all together as well. I
Yeah.
don't know
So
if
it
you
almost, yeah, it feels like home, like it's a home away from home, which is amazing because normally you walk into a restaurant and everyone's like super distant. And I
Mm,
think you have to go through and actually see it. Like you walk in, people are smiling, people are happy, people are doing work. Like you said, there's
mm,
families. So it's like that perfect mix of just being there with other people and
yes.
just appreciating it.
And like you said, Chef Nadir was absolutely amazing. He'll come in just to peep and check if everything's okay. He was like, "Are you people full? Do you want some more?" We were so full. We were done. We were
Like,
knocked out.
yeah,
And additional to just it's just from the chef all the way down, like there's your your waiters and your assistant waiters, each and every one of them. The first time I went through, my little one actually ran to the display shelf and he saw all the strawberries like stacked up together, and he said to me, "Mommy, I want strawberries, I want strawberries." And the waiter went, just put like a few strawberries on a stick and brought it for him to have these strawberries. And I just thought that is amazing. That was just like such an amazing touch to make even like a little 4-year-old happy and excited to be in the space. I was really blown away by the hospitality and everything like that. um Raeesah, you actually met Siham, our photographer. I just want to play a quick acknowledgement video with all her photography that she's taken for our show, and to just thank her for her amazing work. So you guys can actually find her on Instagram. She goes as Creative Photography. And just here's a peep at her work. If there are other restaurant owners, fashion brands, she's really great at food photography, as you can see. So Jazakallah khair, Siham, for always coming through for us and, you know, sponsoring this beautiful, it's creative, CREA dot TIFF photography by Siham. But we will be putting up posts, myself and Raeesah, about our experiences as well. And we will tag Siham as well as Juni Cafe, so that you guys can find it from our platforms. Is there anything that you'd like to share before we say goodbye, Raeesah?
So yeah, about Siham, I think she's just such an amazing person. She's such a sweetheart. It was such a pleasure working with her. And just before we end, I think that you cannot speak about Juni Cafe without mentioning the owner, Raed, who is such an amazing human being. And truly, like, I am so grateful that you invited me to be a part of this, because Juni's been part of my journey for a very long time. And I was so grateful to go back and experience the new Juni, and it was incredible. So I'm just so grateful to the chef, to Raed, to the waiters, to Siham, to you, to everyone. I just wanted to say Jazakallah so much for having me.
And if people want to follow you on Instagram, Raeesah, how, just say your Instagram page for everyone.
So it is Raeesah Omar _, so RAEESAHOMAR and then _
So that's where you can find the beautiful Raeesah on Instagram. She's very good with her DM messages. You can just drop her that DM, get in touch with her. If you don't trust me, you can always ask Raeesah what exactly was Juni about, and she will gladly share all her thoughts as well. Raeesah, Jazakallah so much for taking out your time and joining us for this. And inshallah, you know, this will be a means to assisting them. They've made a decision to go fully halal, and we're making lots and lots of dua for them, so that there's barakah and the Muslim customers show up for that decision, inshallah.
Most definitely. I mean, Jazakallah so much for having me, Razi. I appreciate it.
Barakallah fi. It was an absolute pleasure always to chat with you, and inshallah till our next date.
Most definitely.
Assalamu alaikum. So guys, that was Raeesah and my thoughts on our first time that we went together to Juni Cafe. I absolutely have to reiterate what she said about Lebanese hospitality, the chef Nadir, the owner Raed, the whole environment from Raed, the chef, and all the way down to the waitresses. You have to go and experience this for yourself. It's just a different experience altogether. I hope you guys do go and check it out. There's a lot more coming as we go and check out more. It's munching the menu. So this was just a little tiny peep at what you can find at Juni Cafe. We will be having another episode trying out different items from Juni Cafe. So till next time, it's Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh from me, Raeesah.